Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to Fancy Football on the Transfer Talk today. It's good to be here, and my name is Omo Fields, and I will be your anchor today as usual. So let's talk about Leny Yoro. Let's talk about Harry Maguire. Let's talk about Wan-Bissaka to West Ham. Barcelona stepping up or stepped up pursuit for Nico Williams. Another transfer update that we have making the headlines today. It's good to be here, and let's rumble on Fancy Football Transfer Talk. Okay, let's unpack what we have today. Let's unpack what we have today on Fancy Football. Leny Yoro to Manchester United, deal almost done. We expect an announcement today. What time? I don't really know, but we expect an announcement around in the evening time for that transfer to be done and dusted. The first part of the medicals have been done. The second part is also about to be completed, according to our sources. And photo ops will take place after the photo ops. The player will be announced as Manchester United player for the up or for the next 5 seasons. He will be a Manchester United player for the next 5 seasons. So for Leny Yoro, I think it's a good one for him. Nobody thought that United will go into this transfer and get a player that has 1 year left on his contract and has put all his heart and mind on Real Madrid. Not until United came in last week with a 50 million euro offer to Lille, and that was accepted, thinking that Real Madrid will also move fastly. But Real Madrid are calm about it. To be frankly, Real Madrid don't really have much more money to spend for this season as we speak, because they've been spending. Okay, spend 50 million euros on Hendrik. They've also who else again did they sign? I think they signed the Kylian Mbappe. That much you might think is a free transfer, but that transfer itself worth a lot of money, even more than what it will be used to sign a player. So I think for Kylian for Leny Yoro, it's a good deal for him. Good deal for him and his family. He will sign a 5 years contract with an option to sign with the option of 1 year at the end of the contract. That is one. Then the next thing is also if you look at there will be a salary increment every year in the next 5 years in terms of percentage. We don't really know the percent, but we know there's and the deal has a buyout. The deal has an add-on option of 12 million euros that will be gained from Lille as well. So I think it's a good deal for United. It's a good deal for everyone involved in this transfer, and hopefully, let's see what will happen going forward. Man United now have one defender in, have one striker in, and let's see who will be the next player that will be joining United. Is it Delete? Is it Joan Neves? Or for Joan Neves, I think that deal is off for United. There are all lots of players. Is it Manu Gatti? So let's see what will happen in this transfer window with regards to United. If you are watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. Kindly hit the notification bell. Kindly like this video, and hopefully, let's see what will happen going forward. There are a lot of work we can do. A lot of work we will continue to do on Fancy Football with regards to bringing you the top transfer news on Fancy Football as of when due. So let's continue to talk about Leny Yoro. So what will this player bring in the next 5 minutes? I will tell you 5 things he will bring. He will bring to United. Number one, he's young, and which means he has speed. Number two, he can read the game very well. Leny Yoro can read the game very well. I think I've seen him play in some games in Lille, and the way he reads the game, way well beyond his age, just like Obamenu as well. So I think we have two players in that team. We have two players in the United team that can read the game very very well. Now, one in the defense and one in the midfield. He reads the game. He know when to launch in. He know when to. And number three, he's tall, which means he has an imposing figure, which is good. And number four, he can score with his head. Yes, he can score set pieces. So it's been a long time. United need somebody that can score set pieces, that can go for set pieces and score with his head. A good header of the ball. He knows when to time it. And finally, in terms of tackle, man, he knows when to go in and launch in for tackles. His tackles last season were an average of 36 last season. So it's a good one for him as a defender. So those are the 5 things I now tell you about this player that United are getting. There are other stats I can bring up to you for with regards to him, but these are the 5 things I can tell you about this player, and hopefully he will join United at the end of today. And that deal, like I said, is close and it's done and it's close. So let's just see it's done. Not even close, but it's done. Okay, if you're watching us for the first time, kindly subscribe to Fancy Football, hit the notification bell. Yeah, tell us what you think about more on what we do, or more on what we do here. Tell us what you think about the transfer of Leny Yoro to Manchester United, and we will bring you much more than we expect. So let's go. Let's keep talking. From Leny Yoro, let's talk about Harry Maguire. I know everybody wants to know about Harry Maguire, and for Harry Maguire, I think there's an inquiry from his former club Leicester City for a £30 million move to Leicester City. So I think it's high time for Maguire to move. That's my opinion. He shouldn't stick around. He had a 5-year deal. I think he only has 1 year left in his contract. He has a 5-year deal. He should move. I think Maguire's time at Manchester United is up. If United sign Delete, then Maguire will definitely leave. Maguire will leave United if that is the case. Even without signing Delete, Maguire, I think, is on his way out. So currently now, if you look at the ins and outs to United, only 2 players in, and there are about 7 players are out. If you look at the 7 players, you have Varane, Heaton, Sophia Amrabat. Who else again? Okay, Johnny Evans came back. A 1-year deal was given to him, just to show up just to ensure that you still have experience in the defense in that dressing room. Then also, who else again? Then Brandon Williams also has left the club. Everybody knows Brandon Williams, so he has left the club. So there are about 6 to 7 players. A lot of players are leaving now. So let's hope that let's see. Okay, a certain player, Willie Kambuala also left recently. So we expect, for me, I expect 3 players to leave in the 3 big names to leave. Scott McTominay, yes, Wan-Bissaka also, which I will talk about as well, because there's an 18 million pound contract for him, a move, 18 million pound move from Manchester United to West Ham on his head. So we expect much more players to leave United, whether we like it or not, and they will leave. They will leave Manchester United. So let's see how that one go, how it pan out at the end of the day. So okay, guys, tell me what you think about Harry Maguire leaving United. Tell me also what you think about Wan-Bissaka as well leaving Manchester United, because he has to leave. Wan-Bissaka has to leave United as well in this current stage, because if he leaves, people will ask who will be the second the second player to back up Dalo. Well, I think United has to go in for a right back as well. We don't know, but let's see if United will go in for a right back. Okay, I think it's refreshing for we to see players like this trying to move left, right, center in the club. So let's hope that those players move comes in as of when due, as of when we need it. So let's move on. For Nico Williams to Barcelona. I think Barcelona's sporting director Deco has had a meeting with the agent of Nico Williams in Zaragoza recently in regards to that move. I think I'd mentioned that Nico Williams has a release clause of close to 60 million euros in his contract. If Barcelona wants the deal to happen, first of all, what Barcelona are doing is to negotiate personal terms with the player. That is why they are going through the agent. Then from there, the agent will take this and say, "Oh, my client wants to leave your club. We will pay this amount. We will pay so amount." As it is, and that is where the deal is currently now. Personal terms with the player has not been agreed, like I reported last time that it has been reached. But the personal terms, according to our sources now, those personal terms between Nico Williams' representative and Barcelona, who are represented by the sporting director Deco, has not been reached. It has to be reached, whether we like it or not. So those two parties have to meet at the point and agree this is how much the player will collect at the end of the day. So once it is being certain that Barcelona are paying so amount to the player as personal terms, then the next part of the deal is how much will Barcelona be able to pay the 60 million euro buyout? Because that is just it. You can't take it out from them. Will Barcelona be able to pay the 60 million euros buyout clause for the player? So that is the next question, the next big thing, the next big question that will be asked of Barcelona. Will they be able to pay this 60 million euros buyout clause for the player? So Barcelona have to answer that question. They have to give us an update on that question. So let's keep going. Let's look at other transfer. This is going to be a very short show today, but just keep sending in your questions. We're talking about, so just keep liking, keep subscribing. So just like the video, please. If you like what we are doing, just like our video. Hopefully we get more away from it. So just like our video and let's see what will happen. Okay, let's look at what other transfer stories, please. Let's look at coming from the likes of Fabrizio Romano and others. Let's go to them quickly. Other transfer stories. Okay, we also had that okay, from Ivan Rakitic to Huddersfield. Here we go. Done deal. I think Rakitic will be going to Rakitic leaves Al Shabab despite good times in Saudi Arabia, as he wanted to take chance to play for Croatia. So he'll be leaving Al Shabab to play for his home club, Hajduk Split. So done deal for Rakitic. Hopefully, let's see what will happen at the end of the day for him. I think he has been a veteran of world football, won the Champions League, won what he could do, and let's see what will happen to his career. So, Jadon Philogene signed a long-term deal with Aston Villa. That is done and dusted for the player. Then we expect that Amadou Onana, Belgian international, deal to Aston Villa will be announced pretty soon. So let's move on. Officially, Nicolas Milankovic have signed as new Nottingham Forest player on the deal valid to 2029. Okay, and it's a £12 million deal from Fiorentina. He's set to replace. He will be replaced by Marin Pongracris. So let's move on. Olympic Marseille have preparing to let Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leave the club to join Al Qassam in Saudi Arabia. Aubameyang will sign a contract valid until 2026 as with alongside teammate Nacho as well. Let's move on. Officially confirmed, Lucas Vazquez has signed a new deal at Real Madrid valid until 2025. Just 1 year contract. Lucas Vazquez rejected proposal to stay and continue at Real Madrid. So it's a good one for him. So those are there's one other story again. Paris Saint-Germain are ready to advance talk with Benfica for João Neves after player green light. João Neves wants to move to Paris, and PSG believe they have the edge ahead of other Premier League clubs. Talks are ongoing with Benfica. No club-to-club agreement yet for now, but negotiations are ongoing with Benfica. So let's see how that one pan out. So I just hope that at the end of the day, this transfer story, I think there's still more. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, Juventus could already announce Andre Robert departure today, as there is no agreement on a new deal. Juventus believe that the proposal was very good, as worth over 7 million net per season, but no green light from the player side. Robert, that is Andre Robert, also in contact with other clubs, as he is now a free agent, so he can talk to other clubs. So let's see how that one go. Let's see how that Marcin Greenwood on his way for his medical test. I think we announced that yesterday that he has been given permission by Manchester United to go to Marseille, to travel to Marseille to have his medical test. Manchester United and Marseille have already exchanged formal documents for Greenwood's deal. Medical today, then contract signed also immediately. Olympique Marseille are set to unveil Greenwood very soon. So it's a good one for Greenwood. So let's keep up the heat. So tell me what you think about all these transfers, and tell me where you think how. Also tell me. So for Leny Yoro, tell me what your expectation from the player. Will he be a fantastic signing for United? Let's have your say quickly on these transfers. Will it be a fantastic signing for United? And also, let's have your say on Harry Maguire. There are rumor out there that his former club Leicester City wants to pay 30 million euros. So I think the problem is not the amount of money between the two clubs for the selling price. The problem is that the likes of Harry Maguire have to take a pay cut, because the likes of Leicester cannot pay them the amount of money they are receiving, or they are getting from, they will get, or these players receive a salary from Manchester United. The same problem Wan-Bissaka will have, because Wan-Bissaka also have a salary of up to 100 and something million pounds in his contract. So these players have to take a pay cut to play for either West Ham, to play for either. We saw that last year with Harry Maguire. When it was proposed that West Ham have a bid of 30 million pounds for him, and that deal we thought would happen, but at the end of the day, it couldn't really happen. And Maguire stayed, and this is the problem with players like Harry Maguire. They earn so much at United that at the end of the day, when they move from United to another club, you think that they will earn the same amount. So they have to take a pay cut, or have to take something sizable to go home with. And that is the truth about it. That is the truth about the contract of these big players. You have to take a pay cut, especially when you are above 31 years of age. He's 31 years of age. How much is he being paid? Close to 200 million pounds plus. So no team out there is gonna sit down and say, okay, like West Ham won't pay that 200 million pounds per week. They won't pay that. They don't have that. They can pay 150, they can pay 180, preferably. But West Ham will not pay 200 pounds, 150 pounds per week for wages for a player like Harry Maguire. So that is why they prefer staying United. And to be frank, they both have 1 year left on their contract, and let's see what will happen. I don't think it will be renewed. Both Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire have 1 year left on their contract. So let's see what will happen at the end of the day. Let's see how it will go at the end of the day. So between those players. So let's have your say now. Let me hear what you have to say on fancy football. Let's break it down. Let's break it down for you, and give us the opportunity to break it down for you on fancy football quickly. So send me your question. So let's see what will happen. So we will have a discussion on each team next season. We'll start having a discussion, open discussion for every team next season in the Premier League. Let's see how that one will go with each and every one of us. We'll have that discussion, talk about every team and what they bring on the table. So please send in your questions, please. If you have your questions, please send in. If you don't have, please subscribe. Subscribe, like this video, please. Just give us give us 5 likes today. If you are watching us, please like the video. Okay, no questions for today. No questions on this transfer. But hopefully, we hope that we get questions from you going forward on the transfer. So this is much more we can bring for you on the transfer talk today on Fancy Football. Hopefully, we'll be live tomorrow on the transfer talk by this time.